to show out in this. Show my jury game on floor. About to snow out in.
God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
That, of course, was "Oh Canada," performed by Skylar Cole. We'll be back in just a moment.
Feeling like it's me against the world, but I can give a f who my opponent is. And I came here to change it. Big my belief, now they calling me dangerous. Taking the throne and I'm gonna maintain it. I gotta go down to just one of the places.
Takes flight, going down. You'll clear the deck. Deck cleared.
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Now, guys, at the end of this season, there is a potential opt-out of the collective bargaining agreement. And after seeing star players hold out, some wonder if that will be exercised. Commissioner Silver says, we have a common interest to ensure that contracts are honored. Those are issues we can approach collectively. Kevin?
As is always the best case. David, thank you. And coming down the stretch here, Greg, a lot left to decide, especially for teams on the playoff bubble.
And Kevin, the play-in tournaments add another level of complexity. I'll say this, the league now has more teams fighting all the way to the end.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, the wing set for him, Hero and Butler. Caleb Martin out there with Adebayo, and it's Lowry in at point guard. And for the Raptors, the forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Fred VanVleet out there with Anunoby, and it's Pirtle in at the center position. Feeds to Butler. He can't get that one. Good D by Barnes. VanVleet outside. Back to Siakam. Pirtle with a screen on Martin. 5 to shoot. Pirtle's shot is off. On offense, here are the Heat. Martin kicks to Lowry. Pass to Hero. Adebayo with a screen on Anunoby. Hero finds Adebayo. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
This is how Adebayo typically gets his points. Off the roll, off the lob, or off the glass.
And Siakam has got the ball here for the Raptors. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
Yeah, I thought the giveaways were a tremendous factor. They were taking some chances on D, jumping in the passing lanes, that sort of thing, and it really paid off for them.
Here's Hero. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Hero passes to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
Now, here's Siakam. We saw him with 19 points his last outing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, this guy is a champion, and Kyle Lowry understands how to move the basketball.
Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the man who many consider the greatest Raptor of all time, Kyle Lowry.
He said he plans to return to retire in Toronto someday. He's already had a street named after him there. And in time, Probably a statue in his honor as well.
Anunoby, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Butler on the way. Covered by Barnes. Shoots a fader. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Heat.
And, guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
Well, he'll run through a wall to win, but sometimes Jimmy Butler can drive his coach up a wall. Despite that tendency, though, to embrace conflict, this guy is working.
Siakam's shot is off.
Yet another miss, just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
Hero passes to Lowry. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. And Greg, last season, Butler and Spoelstra got into it on the sideline. We all saw it. It was an interesting moment.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of phrasing it. That manic intensity perhaps necessary at times for a player who competes as hard as Jimmy. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
76% on the season from the foul line.
Pascal Siakam at the line for one. One shot.
And winning has become more consistent in Miami than ever. Jimmy Butler was acquired, made it all the way to the finals in his first year, and have steadily won games each season.
Now, here's Butler. He's got 5, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
Well, you can tell that Jimmy Butler absolutely thrives in a strong team environment. There is a chemistry between he and his guys that comes out on the floor in how cohesively this group plays together.
Miami shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That free throw, no good. And with the Heat, GA, they've been a consistent force in the Eastern Conference.
Kevin, lots of talent up and down that roster, from stars like Butler and all the way down to the role players. This is just a solid team.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Achua, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Young comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Trent subbed in for Scotty Barnes. And the second free throw, good. Raptors trail by 5. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. From deep, Trent. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against the Washington Wizards. Oladipo outside. Over Trent. Again, the miss by the Heat. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Van Vliet. Back to Trent. There's the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the pass to Achua. And again, Toronto no up. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for Miami. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
And sometimes you can make a few plays here and there, but never get into a real rhythm. That's what happened to them in that game.
I'll tell you, that's a great way to put it, because I thought they were all over the place. They never settled into any kind of rhythm.
Now, here's Trent, following the miss by Kevin Love. Shoots. Trent can't hit. The Heat leading by 5. Butler dishes to Lowry. Floats it up for Adebayo. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Trent outside. Passes it to Achua. Trent against Oladipo. Trent kicks to Anunoby. Clock at 6. And Van Vliet launches it from deep. It's Adebayo with the rebound. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Anunoby against Butler. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one goes on Anunoby.
Well, you almost feel bad for the defender here, right? He tries to challenge Jimmy Butler's shot, times it pretty well, but gets tricked by the pump fake. Oh.
No good on that one. A different look for Miami. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Max Strus comes in for Oladipo. And Vincent subbed in for Kyle Lowry. He doesn't get the second one.
And not what we're accustomed to seeing from him at all from the free throw line.
And Max Strus picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Van Vliet outside. Shot clock at 5. There's a good screen. And again, no good by Toronto. And so the first quarter is in the books. Heat lead by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Greg, Father Time is undefeated, and every player has to make the decision when it's time to retire. How big a factor was age for you?
Well, you don't want to leave anything on the table, but your body will tell you when it's time. I know that was the case for me.
On the court for Miami here in the second, they've got Vincent. Duncan Robinson out there with Caleb Martin. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Strus in at the 2 spot. And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Deep 2 from Robinson. Misses off the right iron.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And the dunk by Barnes.
Well, brought up in an unselfish system, Pascal Siakam takes great pride keeping his teammates involved.
The Heat with the lead. Pass to Love. Good ball movement here by Miami. Vincent the pass to Strus. Love with the screen on Anunoby. Pass to Love. Back to Strus. Just 5 to shoot. Kicks it to Robinson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Barnes right side. Over Robinson. Barnes can't get it to go. The Heat have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. And Greg, for Kevin Love, he feels like he's got a lot of years left in the league.
And Kevin, coming off the bench should lengthen the end of his career. He can thrive as a bench weapon with that green light, and he's got that light to let it fly with that shot.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, and we can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much. That one drops. He ties it up.
Boy, guys, when you think about the prototypical modern wing, Scotty Barnes, the reigning Rookie of the Year, certainly fits that mold, already proving to be a well-rounded two-way player.
Pirtle, he's checked in for the Raptors. And then for Miami, Bam Adebayo's checked in for Love. Hero comes in for Duncan Robinson. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Gabe Vincent. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And with Barnes, he's only scratching the surface of how good he can be.
GA, there is no question about that. Barnes is on the fast track to becoming a star. Why? Because he can score, defend, rebound, and even serve as a playmaker if need be. This is about developing those skills continuously and becoming more consistent.
Lowry passes to Hero. To the wing right side. Strus.
Send it back, Scotty Barnes. Show off that defensive acumen.
And the Raptors doors with one of the elite front offices recognized in the NBA.
And Kevin, because of that, a highly paid one as well. Remember, a recruitment battle, not just with the NBA, but English soccer, to keep their leadership intact. But the track record is there to justify that top billing, no doubt about it.
That one is off. And of course, one of the league's longest tenured coaches, GA, is Eric Spoelstra. And he's having a Hall of Fame level career.
And you look at the ground he broke when he was first hired. Not only young, Spo was the first Asian American head coach in any of the 4 major North American sports league and worked his way up from video coordinator.
And he sinks the second. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And looking back on that Toronto run, Pascal Siakam, Doris, was a big piece to that puzzle.
There's no question about it. They allowed that young man to flourish in transition. He was a tremendous defender for the group. He was a big-time part of that title.
Throw good, Siakam.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. They've only given up 1 point in the second quarter. That one coming at the line. Now here's Van Vliet. Coming off a solid outing against Washington. Barnes finds Siakam. Over Martin. Here's Pirtle. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Pirtle's got the lead up to 4 now for Toronto. Lowry with the ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. It's Adebayo, top of the key. Shoots over Pirtle. The shot by Adebayo, no good. And here's Toronto. They're on a 10-1 run right now. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The pass to Hero. Van Vliet against Lowry. Outside for Martin. 3-pointer. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Barnes looking around. Van Vliet trying to break free, and that one's good. Barnes has got 6 points in the quarter. The Heat trail by 6. Outside, Hero. Adebayo with a screen on Anunoby. And Adebayo throws it down.
Oh, perfect timing on that alley-oop. Adebayo has a real connection with his teammates.
1:49 left in the first half. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Well, we know how Tyler Hero's a bucket, but still lots of room for growth. Last season, the 6th Man of the Year winner. He really did struggle, though, in the postseason.
Some changes for Toronto. Achua comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Trent subbed in for Anunoby. Heat also with a sub. Butler, he's checked in for Max Strus. And there's 1:45 left to play in the first half. Barnes down low. Defended by Butler. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Greg, you look at the playoff shooting percentages for Hero, tailing off from his regular season numbers.
And Kevin, that's not uncommon for a younger player, but the playoffs are what matters. And to be a star, that's when you've got to deliver.
He misses the free throw. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
Good on the second free throw.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now, Hero comes up empty down low. Lowry against Van Vliet. Pass to Pirtle. Over Martin. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got the lead up to 7 now for the Raptors.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Adebayo. Inside. Lowry has the open look. Hits it from three-point range.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
52 seconds left now here in the second. Barnes against Butler. Barnes outside. Just 5 on the clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Pirtle. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Butler passes to Martin. Off on the layup. Raptors leading by 4. Barnes kicks to Van Vliet. From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Toronto ahead as they end the second quarter on a 15-6 run. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Pascal. The identity of this team is at the defensive end. So how satisfying is it to lock them down like you did in the first half?
It's great. I mean, we're a defensive team first, and I mean, that's what I like about our team, and the fact that we just go out there, get steals and get easy buckets on the other end. It's always great to play good defense.
Yeah, that's what you guys do. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Hello there, folks. Toronto Raptors in our featured matchup, which has not disappointed.
Man, their fans are loving this one. As a player, man, you could feed off that positive crowd. It can help you build momentum, It just gets your blood flowing, and it's right tonight.
We'll see if they can carry that energy into the second half, both the fans and the team. And now, let's take a glance ahead at the games on the docket. Here's the upcoming schedule.
In that game against the Knicks, this one is a coin flip, a 50-50 game on paper. Pretty even talent-wise. It's going to come down to execution.
Yeah, it should be a good one. I'll be watching on my tablet.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
And he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. OG Anunoby is out there with Fred VanVleet, and it's Pirtle in at the 5. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half.
Well, you love the unselfishness of Fred VanVleet. This guy is so good recognizing when his teammates are open.
Pass to Adebayo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And last season, Bam Adebayo said it was disrespectful that he wasn't named a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, no arguing here. He's definitely an elite defender. Second team all defense 3 years running. Great toughness and versatility.
And he makes the first.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
And Adebayo drops them both. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their careers.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
He's doing everything he can to put this game to bed, and great score there to help his team.
Now here's Butler. 6 points for him. He can't hit that time. Good D by Barnes. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Raptors. 6-point lead. That shot misses. And Miami shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end. Adebayo passes to Lowry. From outside, off the mark.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Siakam finds Barnes. Pirtle with a screen on Butler. Barnes passes to Pirtle. Barnes trying to free himself up. Pirtle's shot is off. The Heat trail by 6. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
The shot by Butler. Nobody around. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Siakam against Martin. Now, here's Siakam. Guarded closely. Great D that time from Martin. Loads it up for Adebayo. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Lowry against Van Vliet. Barnes outside. 5 on the clock. And there's the pass to Anunoby. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. No good that time. And the Heat going the other way now. Adebayo kicks to Butler. Back to Adebayo. And he overshot that one, missing.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Passes to Anunoby. Siakam looking around. And Anunoby, here we go. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And you look at Jakob Poeltl, great touch and presence inside the paint. Can get you with a move or just power his way to the hoop.
And the Heat making a change here. Love's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Robinson comes in for Caleb Martin. Max Strus is checked in for Hero. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Kyle Lowry. Free throw, no good for Poeltl. And Greg Poeltl has so many options to score inside.
And that's why he's such an efficient scorer, Kevin. Very composed at the rim. Doesn't need a lot of time to get his shot off inside.
For Miami, they have shot just above 55% of the line, going 5 of 9.
For Miami, Jimmy Butler at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Poeltl. And so Butler nails both of them.
He's had a few shaky trips at the line tonight, but he seems to be getting back to his old self.
For 3, Van Vliet. And the Raptors miss again.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
It's Trent on the wing. Releases. And the Raptors miss again. The Heat trail by 6. Outside Butler. Love, no luck. Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Trent outside. Van Vliet outside. And again, no good by Toronto.
Well, you can't buy a bucket. Shut out completely so far, and yet they're still ahead.
To the paint. Outside Robinson. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Oladipo finds Butler. Love with the screen for Butler. Robinson for 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Trent outside. 59 seconds left in the third. And the layup's good off the glass. Trent's got the lead up to 8 now for the Raptors.
This guy's got a habit of making tough shots, and for Gary Trent Jr., he welcomes the contact.
The Heat shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. Here's Oladipo. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
For Miami, they have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game. The Raptors making a switch here. Achua's checked in. Gabe Vincent, he's checked in for Miami.
One shot.
Free throw no good for Oladipo.
There are a few things that you love about Victor Oladipo. Number one, the energy and effort he plays with every night. His willingness to carry a load on the offensive end. But more than that, guys, it's the tone and tenor of unselfishness that he sets for this entire group.
The son of an NBA vet, Gary Trent Jr.'s game is very different than his dad's.
Well, obviously, Gary Sr. had more size and therefore was a post player in a different generation. The younger Mr. Trent, an excellent shooter from deep. Pretty much the opposite style of play.
And he knocks down the first one.
What you love about Gary Trent Jr., guys, is here's a guy who not only excels from the three-point line. Yes, he's a consistent guy stretching the floor, but his fearlessness, his willing to take big shots in tight spots, that is something to behold.
Trent hits them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Love with the screen on Boucher. Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, a little show and tell from the Butler. Jimmy, giving the fans their money's worth.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Toronto leading by 6. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Van Vliet. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. That's tipped. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. Back right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. We've got Kevin Love. Lowry out there with Vincent. Then it's Duncan Robinson. And it's Adebayo in at center. He can't get that one to fall.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Pass to Siakam. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
Boy, what a clever decision there by Pascal Siakam. Sticks with the shot and wins a trip to the free throw line.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
They've been in the zone for mid-range all game long, and they've made the most of any chance they've found in that space.
You know what else has been important is they've been focused and they have gotten themselves to the line, made their free throws, doing all the little things.
Martin's checked in for the Heat. Hero comes in for Vincent. And he makes both free throws.
Boy, the evolution of Pascal Siakam has been such a pleasure to watch. The work ethic is commendable, and he's learning how to be a leader, guys.
Now, here's Adebayo. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Barnes. To the inside, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
When you have vision at the forward spot, it always opens up and elevates a team. Scotty Barnes passing on display.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Outside, Hero. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. Robinson misses. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for Toronto. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Barnes against Robinson. Siakam left side. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Siakam's got the lead up to 12 now for the Raptors. Siakam's gotten half of his 10 shots to fall. 5 makes from the field so far. Lowry dishes to Martin. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Adebayo. Toronto grabs the miss. Achua's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Back to Trent. Great D that time from Hero.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Back to Adebayo. Good on the shot.
And inside is where Bam is at his best. He knows how to outwork the other guys in the paint.
Toronto leading by 10. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Last year, as we know, the NBA, Doris, named the members of the 75th anniversary team. Any players that were missed that you think should have been on that list?
I mean, the one guy that comes to mind immediately is Klay Thompson, who will go down as one of the great shooters in NBA history. The problem for voters, I think, is the challenge of weighing the accomplishments of prior generations with what we are witnessing today. It is a challenging vote. There's no doubt Klay will be top 100 when it comes in 25 years.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for the Raptors. The Heat also with a sub. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Duncan Robinson. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. The Heat trail by 11. Adebayo with the ball. Now guarded by Siakam. Here's Butler, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Boy, I love to watch Jimmy Butler work in the post. High activity level, hard not to foul that guy.
Jimmy Butler taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
A free throw drops for Butler.
And maybe he's starting to find his form at the line. He certainly had his share of chances.
And so Butler nails both of them. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Bounce pass from Trent. Here's Siakam. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And here is Hero. Shoots over Anunoby. Hero, no good. Raptors leading by 9. Siakam outside. The pass to Trent. Raptors moving the ball around. Anunoby finds Pirtle over Martin. And the rebound goes to Martin. The Heat have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. And Adebayo throws it down.
And terrific to see Adebayo putting up big numbers. He's continuing to grow as a scorer.
And the Raptors call time here. Raptors making a change here. Van Vliet's checked in. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys. During the last timeout, I listened to Nick Nurse talk to his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Siakam up top, covered by Martin. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Butler, no good. Toronto leading by 7. Passes it to Van Vliet. Down low. And Siakam gets it to go on the assist from Van Vliet. Siakam's got 9 points now in just the second half. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
And how about the shooting of Hero? Inside and well covered, still able to knock it down.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Trent passes to Van Vliet. To the middle, poked away.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
The Raptors shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Pass to Siakam. No good that time. Well, he go the other way with it. Outside, Hero. Fires from deep. And Pirtle pulls it down. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Takes it out to Siakam. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Lowry against Van Vliet. Just 5 to shoot over Butler. And again, no good by Toronto. Hero passes to Martin. Misses the deep three-point attempt. And so it's the Raptors winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thank you very much, Pascal. With the postseason approaching, how do victories like this get you ready?
I think it's good for us. You know, we got to prepare for the playoffs, and I think, you know, we just have to take every game at a time, continue to get better, work on our things, and come April, May, and June, you know, we know what to do.
There is still championship DNA on this team, man. Congrats. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, we present the New Balance Player of the Game, Pascal Siakam.